Hi guys, today we're going to be continuing on with our front porch fall decorations. I have been gathering pumpkins here and there, and yesterday I went foraging for pine cones and I ended up with quite a few. So I think I've got between the two a pretty good assortment, but I did go to our local garden center this morning because I wanted to get a few more pumpkins, a couple more stackers and some more like jack-o'-lantern looking ones, and just, a few more to have a little bit more variety and abundance. And they told me to hold off until Monday because Monday they're having a store-wide sale where everything is 20% off. So I'm actually kind of okay with it because I like actually being able to do this in parts. Like the first part we did early in August with swapping out our containers and kind of putting in some fall colors. Now we're coming in, what is it, October now? I can't even remember. Now we're coming in with some more fall looking stuff, some more pumpkins, pine cones, which was originally the plan. And I like actually breaking it out as opposed to trying to do the whole thing all at one time. I have done that before and it is fun. It makes for a great impact because you kind of strip the porch down and then just rebuild it back up again into this beautiful fall decoration of abundance and color. But I kind of like this year kind of just doing little by little here, there, and everywhere and not stressing out too much about it. So today we're going to kind of add on to what we have. Most likely I'm probably going to do a little bit of rearranging too because we've got quite a few pots on here, but Mo did pick up some of the bigger pumpkins. He came in the other day with this big, huge pumpkin. So we're definitely going to have to do a little bit of rearranging. So most likely I'm probably going to pull everything off of the porch and just kind of start building it back up again. And I have no idea of any design or anything. And that's kind of the fun part because I'm with you guys. I have no idea what we're going to end up with until we're done. So that is our plan for today. I do want to go and possibly pick up some more mums. The mums that I have here are pretty much out of bloom, so I need to deadhead them. They do have buds on them too, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of time, but if not, then I'll probably just replace them because they're pretty inexpensive too. But the pumpkins, I don't know what is going on this year, but the pumpkins in my area in Maryland, Montgomery County, they're so expensive. So I'm just kind of like, when I heard 20% off, I was like, okay, you know what? I can wait a few days. I can absolutely wait a few days. I wanted to get them today and just kind of do the whole thing out, but you tell me there's a sale. I'm good. I can be patient. So again, that is what we are going to be focusing on primarily today. Also, I would like to get our hanging basket that we cleaned out a few days ago. I'd like to get that potted up as well with some fall decorations, maybe a pumpkin. I did pick up a bunch of stuff, so I'll show you what I got. And then we are just going to jump right into this. So here's the current layout. You can see we've got our fall containers on both sides of the porch. These are the couple of the pumpkins that Mo brought in. And this is the bucket of pine cones that I went foraging for. And these are actually, these are crashing down around me. They're really pretty. They're a good size, but I am going to have to wear gloves because they are a little prickly. And then right over here in our gorilla cart, we got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got little itty bitty tiny pumpkins. We've got a couple of different stacker sizes. This one is a more flat one. Right up here, everything's moving around. We've got this beautiful one. This is a good jack-o'-lantern sized pumpkin. And then right underneath our tray, we've got the little peanut pumpkin with all of these crazy little knobby things on the outside. And I love those. And then over here for our container, which I am just all over the place this morning, I've got some English ivy, I've got some multicolored pansies, and we're going to be using some of our leftover kale. We're going to add that to it, and maybe a few more pine cones. And the hanging basket we're going to be potting up is right there. So as I mentioned earlier, I have no design plan in mind for how this front porch is going to come together. And that's typically what I do every year. I never go in with any set design. I know I want it to look abundant and seasonal with all of the seasonal autumn fall colors. But again, I have no idea what we're going to end up with. So I think I'm just going to set up a camera and I'm gonna dive right into this and see what we end up with. All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys, I am done arranging the front porch and I am really happy with it. Coming up the walkway, look, doesn't it just look so festive and ready for fall? I love all of the different fall colors. It looks so good. So let me just start over here in this corner because we didn't do too much rearranging in regards to our boxwoods. We have our large boxwood back in the corner with the smaller one right in front. Then I came in with some terracotta pots and I filled them with pine cones, just kind of dotted them around. I brought our mums over here with our pansies. We got the big jack-o'-lantern right in front on the top level of the steps. And then right back over here, we've got our container full of our ornamental peppers, our kale, mums, lettuce. I've got that on the second step. Right next to it, I've got another container with our mums. And right in front, we've got a couple little baby pumpkins. And then right down here, we've got our big stacker pumpkin right here. And I love this color. It's like a marbly orange, pale orangey, faint green. I love that. And then right in front of it, I've got a smaller terracotta container filled with some more pine cones. And then right at the top of our handrail, we've got a little tiny pumpkin right there. So I think this whole side over here just looks really cute, really sweet. Bunch of different textures, colors. Absolutely love it. And I think it's just so seasonal. And then on the other side, it's kind of like a mirror image, but it's not. We have our boxwood container right back here where it initially was. Our other container with our ornamental peppers and kale right in front. We have another jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, which is a little bit smaller, but it's got a bigger, thicker stem, and I love this. That is some sturdy, thick stem. But I love the shape of this. It's very round. This is a good carving pumpkin. And then right in front of that, we've got another little terracotta container filled with pine cones, another container of mums, a little tiny pumpkin. And then on the first step, we've got our stackers, our white and our peanut stackers. And this is why they call this a peanut. If you look closely at this, all of these little knobby things, they look like the outside of like a peanut shell. But I love these like weird, funky looking ones. I think they bring so much character to a display. And then right here on the bottom step, we have another big old pumpkin right there. And then capping it off, another little baby pumpkin on the top handrail. And this is what this side looks like. Oh, so pretty. And then if we come back this way, get out of the harsh light, it all just looks so pretty. Oh, I love it. I love the colors this time of year. They're just beautiful. Let me see if I can get right in front. Oop. Yeah, the sun's a little harsh, but it looks really pretty. I am happy with this, but I will tell you, it's highly possible I'm gonna do a little bit more arranging and rearranging once I go back to the garden center and get some more pumpkins once they go on sale. And I'll bring you along for more of our front porch decorations as it progresses. Now that we've got our front porch done, I would like to move on to our hanging basket. And that's gonna be really simple. Again, I have no concept or idea definitively in my head of what I wanna put in there. So I think I'm just gonna bring it down and just kind of arrange it, get it to where I like it, where I'm happy with it, and then I'll bring you back around and show you the final product. The lighting is much better in the backyard. What is that, Shoo Shoo? Do you like it? You wanna come and see it? Come on up. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good puppy. All right, guys, I've got our hanging basket all done. Doesn't it look so pretty and festive? So again, I had no idea what I wanted to do in this container. So I just kind of came in, hold on, little scooter driving by. So I just came in and alternated with 3 of our ornamental kale. And then I put in some English ivy, a couple of pansies, another kale, ivy, a couple pansies, and so on and so on. Once I had all that done, I decided to tuck in a few pine cones on each side of the kale. And then I added our centerpiece, our pumpkin. And then I just came in with a few more pine cones and just kind of dotted 5 of them around. But I specifically reserved this pumpkin for this container because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in here, but I did want I did want a pumpkin in here, and I reserved this one because it's a lot longer and taller. So you'll be able to see it when it's hanging, as opposed to, you know, something that's a little flatter. It would be a little harder to see once it's hanging up in the air. I really do like how this turned out. I love the pumpkin as a centerpiece, and I love all of the different colors and textures surrounding it. It looks like it's just kind of nested right in there. So now, let's go hang this up and see what it looks like. Oh, it's heavy, and I haven't even watered it in yet. You guys, it looks so good. Look at it. Oh, I love it right there. And then just from a distance, look at that. And lastly, you will notice our lovely blue tarp in the driveway. And there's a reason for that. We have a load of fill dirt and topsoil coming this afternoon. And it's all for this whole drainage project that we've got going on here this weekend. I have mentioned it to you guys in the past. Mo's going to be coming in here and trenching behind the arborvitaes, putting down a few catch drains, and then connecting them to the existing catch drain where it leads out under the sidewalk and onto the curb, so we can kind of get a little bit of control over a lot of this water that is coming in here and just kind of flooding this whole area. But you can see it looks pretty chaotic. I came in here yesterday and I scraped all the mulch back to the edge of the bed. Then I came in and cut a section of the landscape fabric completely out, because this is the area that Mo's going to be trenching, all the way from the back corner right along here to right where you see this elbow, in which he's going to cut right there, elbow back again, and connect to that catch drain. So everything is pretty much just laying on its side. The whole bed has just been dug up. All the mulch and the topsoil has been pushed over. So once he's done trenching and getting all of the catch drains placed and angled so the water flows into that one, then we're going to be coming in with the fill dirt that we have, and we're going to be raising the soil line. Because if you remember, I came in here a little while ago and I pulled all of the arborvitae out and replanted them about 3-4 inches higher. So you can see right now the difference between where they are and how low the soil is back there. So that's what the fill dirt's going to be for. We're going to regrade it and then push the mulch back, and then we're going to scrape the front mulch towards the back and regrade this front area too. So we're kind of doing another berm like we did initially, but the initial one kind of sank a little too much. So we're going to be redoing this whole area right here. And fortunately, I did my part yesterday. I was responsible for pulling all of the mulch back and cutting out the strip of landscape fabric. So when Mo comes in here tomorrow, he just has an easy path to just start trenching, getting the pipes and the drains in the ground, getting everything situated so we have better drainage back here. And then we'll both probably come in here and work on grading as well. And we're also going to be regrading right back over here in the berry beds a little bit, just because it did settle. And that's what happens with our soil. It's Maryland clay soil. And those of you who deal with clay soil, I'm sure you know that once you dig it up, rough it up, fluff it up, it loves to settle. And it always seems to settle more than I anticipate. So hence having to come back in here and redo some things. But you know what? I'm totally fine with it. Again, that's why I haven't really been planting in this area later in the season. Once we decided we were going to do this, kind of just backed off of this. But I do have a stockpile of plants that are waiting in the wings. So hopefully we can get them in the ground before the ground freezes. But I'm just really glad, you guys, that we were able to get our front porch done. Well, done for now. Again, once I get more pumpkins and stuff, I'm sure I'll be shifting stuff around. Our hanging basket is done, and I'm really happy about that. Looking at it right now, it looks really pretty. So yeah, on to the next. And you guys, that is it for our video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.